Dummies who are on right now, send me a quick text. Can you guys hear me? Leroy can't seem to pick me up. Lee, can you hear me okay? Someone give me a thumbs up. You can hear Matt on the mic, please. Okay, good. Then it's Leroy's fault. Thank y'all. We're going to delay for a few here. We got to get this going on.
Your mouth dumped on the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends.
You guys make sure to share, like, and subscribe. Get this out there. Pound the like button.
Cause I'm everything you want. Damn, show what you need. I won't tell no lies. Back up on the facts with truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's
What is going on, Dumb Nation? Do me a favor, if you would not mind. Please pound the like, share, subscribe button. By the way, the new show is out. I will be playing it tonight with Leroy and Amy because I started that show at like 5 o'clock and it took me like 2 hours to cut video. It's a lot, dude. It's, dude, it's a lot. How are you, Leroy?
I'm good. How are you, brother?
Good, man. I'm good. I'm doing really good. Gonna go right to it until Amy gets here. Is something we used to do all the time, which was kind of go through the comments and welcome the dummies to the show and stuff. But figured the last show we did that. It went fairly well. And then we're bringing the Dum Dums back. I don't know if you had a chance to see, but we're picking every Friday. We're gonna pick 3 Dum Dums of the week to kind of put the spotlight on politicians, and then do one hometown hero where we can kind of call somebody out for doing something amazing. I wanted to share this with you because I don't know if you can wear this, but I think you could wear it around the house. The new shirts, these are my proudest design. The Foxtrot Juliet Bravo shirts are officially out. I think these look killer.
I love it.
Dude, these look killer. I'm sorry. They look killer. They are good looking shirts. You guys can stop by and go pick one up. You can save 10% by using DUM10 as your code. Save 10% if you are a group member on Facebook, which costs $1.99 a month. You buy one shirt and it pays for itself.
Boy, that and a cup of coffee would go fantastic together.
That's what I was thinking. You get 15% off of that too, by the way. Dum Dum episode. We're going to go through it tonight, kind of watch it and break some things down. But first off, we got Lee in the house, Kristen's in the house, Vicky in the house, Tom is here, Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Rhonda. Ramon
Carrie
is in. I haven't seen Ramon in a while. It's good to have him. Ramon, Tom, and then Sandra Casey.
Have to roll her R.
Yeah. Ramon. Karen is here. Good to see Karen. Chavasto is here. Let's see. Ramon says, Matt, what? Isaac, Santa Claus is coming to town. Cheryl is here. Susie Woods is back. Larry says, holy shit, I got a notification for the first time in months.
How dare you?
So, hi, Virginia, good to see you. Ashley, hello. Thomas, hello. Thomas gave me a 4-star review on my coffee cup that he hasn't even seen yet. Can you believe that?
5?
Well, that's what I was saying. It's Marine
Why
Corps.
not
I don't
5?
think he's a Marine. I don't think they can count to 5.
Oh, it probably didn't come with a green Crayola, so he was probably a little.
Dude, I talked to Printful. I'm like, do you guys have some green crayons you can send him because we're not going to get 5 stars. Lo and behold, we didn't. I don't think he still got it and changed it. He's like, I thought 4 was good. Yeah, I'm sure that's what Patton said, right?
Good Lord.
Good Lord. Nicole says, I would appreciate it if you would please look at this. No, Nicole. We're not going to look at your stupid link. Nobody gives a shit, okay? Nobody cares about your fucking spam. Does it work? Your marketing sucks. It's lazy marketing, okay, Nicole? It's lazy marketing. I don't mean to start off to be completely rude to you, but it's lazy to piggyback off my traffic so you can sell something. That is bad as you going into my retail location, my business, and selling your shit to my customers. Get your own damn site. Get your stupid crap off my site, you lazy. Go work. I don't care about Dr. Brazil and his healing powers in South America. Are you freaking kidding me?
Boy, that's almost as bad as, say, airing out one's dirty laundry on the internet with regard to contracts.
Nicole, you have to understand is that this scam stuff, nobody click the damn site. Don't click the site.
Yeah, nobody clicked that.
I'm sure she says it's for a kidney don't click the site. Okay. And you might be like, Matt, why would you ever do something like that? Why would you ever be so mean to a human? Because it's a scam. Yeah. And they do it all the time. And they say someone if someone truly had a bum kidney that needed help, they would reach out to me directly and say, Matt, can you help? And I would help. But just coming in here randomly and spamming these threads, it's a scam. So there it is. That's it. All right, good. Wait a moment. Does Leroy have a hat on? Has to do with the overhead lighting? Yeah, he's got a hat on.
I wear one
looks
sometimes.
like an American flag.
Folks.
Huh?
I wear one sometimes, folks. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
What's that? It's up,
when
I'm
having, it's when I'm having a bad hair day.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, everybody. Sorry,
what's going on?
Always late.
Don't be. Listen, there's no job.
You
folks. 1-804-504-1955. If you want to call into the show, lines are open. We're gonna go through the comments a little bit. We just had somebody who said this person needs a kidney. Please come on over. Whenever they say this person and doesn't have a name, there's just little things that I've been doing this so long. I can smell a lie like a fart in a car. That person doesn't need a freaking kidney, or maybe they do, but you know what? You're not coming on my show and doing it. Susie says my interview for Cirque du Soleil went well yesterday. Great job. Okay. I hope you get the job.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yep. Get the job. Love my coffee. Vicky says the coffee's listen, if you haven't had this new coffee, there's only one way to have it, in a press. And holy crap, you will be zinging.
Yeah.
Till like 9:00 at night.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The fantastic thing about a French press is that it, by the time you put it through like a regular coffee machine and with the paper filters and all of that, right? You're losing so many of the oils because the oils that are in the coffee beans, they tend to stick to the paper or they get clogged up in the system somewhere. But if you have a French press or a press, as Matt said, you get the whole thing. It's like getting just 100% of it rather than,
It's like taking the full shot right to the.
Well, I ordered the K cups. Now I feel like a loser.
No, K cups are actually
because
better.
You are a loser.
I know.
No, you're not. K cups are actually better than filters because they are doing a straight shot. So you actually get a closer. You don't get the brewing quality, but it's still you're getting more of the essential oils in the coffee with a K cup. It's not nearly as good as a press, but it's decent. Ashley says, Matt, you told me to remind you. Don't forget about me, Ashley. I have literally been balls to the wall. You got to remind me. Just send me a message on Facebook tomorrow. I'll be on and I'll come and order your shirt. Amy, will you just hit me up and Matt, get her a burgundy hoodie and make sure I send it tomorrow, please. Did you get your hat and your coffee cup?
I did. Thank you. And please tell Olivia, thank you. And sorry I missed her. Yeah,
we get it. It's busy.
Yes,
did you like the hat? I mean, you had a chance. Did you want a pink hat or did you want a black one? I mean, which one did you want?
I was going to wear it. I just didn't have time to change. So no, I love it.
How hard is it to put a freaking hat on?
Well, because I gotta make sure you gotta
Yeah, you
just
got to put
make
it on.
sure it like fits right. I don't know.
What the?
I'm a girl.
How dare you?
Whatever.
I saw
Hello,
that.
folks.
That was great.
Dude, that show, dude. Do you like tonight's? Tonight's was a fun show. It was good. It's a little long, but it's all feel good. There you go. Damn, look at that. See? Yeah, that took a lot of work.
That's
I
legit.
just like to make sure it's
People don't like trucker hats, but dude, I think our trucker hats are halfway decent. They're well formed. They're fitting. They look slick.
Because usually you have to
Well-
wait, I feel like it's like not on straight.
You got to go
I
the
mean, to
opposite
be-
way.
To be fair, it's Amy, so any hat would look fantastic.
Oh Jesus! You got to go the opposite way, knucklehead. Opposite way. It's like looking in the
Well, you
rearview mirror.
Turn it
There you go.
around.
All right.
Turn around. I'm not. Yeah, I do. I wear it backwards if I'm working. I wear hats all the time.
Big over the
This
top
is a
fan.
nice hat. Usually you have to
what I'm saying.
mold it and like steam
And-
it and like make
Yeah,
sure the
dude.
sides are right.
No,
and
no,
this
it
is-
comes
I just
perfect.
put on. It's
That's what she
literally
said.
perfect. Got my mug.
Thomas Austin goes, "What? I have the cups. I upped it to 5 stars. All right, just don't you ever forget it again." Hello from Oregon. Hi, Tina Savage.
You watch your ass.
You watch your ass, Marine. Don, welcome. Good to have you, Don. Way to celebrate mediocrity, Jared says. I gave you another 5-star review. It came in from email. Maybe that'll even out the 4-star one. No, it's good. He fixed it. Easy now, Squid. Whoa, hey. Probably essential oils. I only believe in power crystals for healing. Whack-a-troll. They're all in these threads with scam links too. Don't click on the links. It's malware. I'm hunting rabbits. Yeah, Leroy, I want to know which shampoo you use.
Oh, that's a good question.
Matt, just viewed you most recent Breaking Truth, which was excellent. Good. I'm glad you liked it. Every Friday, we're going to do it. Every Friday, we're going to do the Breaking Truth. I'm feeling some momentum. Like the recorded videos are like doing 15 to 20% better than they ever have. They're really doing well. They're getting a ton of traffic, a ton of shares. They're back up into the thousands. Live show's been, it's steady, but we just broke 138,000 followers. This week alone, we gained 7,000 followers this week because of that Ron DeSantis video.
Wow.
In
That
1
was a
week.
good video too.
That's
That's good.
legit.
I know I need to
Crush.
stop being a loser and get back. I'm not making my own videos anymore either. It's been
Well,
tough.
not the ones we can put on the show at least.
No, I know. Not
Right.
I haven't made any videos at all lately. Personal or not. Just saying.
Leroy and I want to make a video, but we're too far apart. So we can't
Only
quite
on your
reach. It's like
I know.
this.
Oh, Leroy, speaking of being too far apart, did Jason talk to you about the whole shipping stuff and everything? Okay.
I mean, he messaged me last week.
Okay. Because I guess there's like a problem. We can't ship it through the USPS. There's like laws against that in Virginia.
Oh, come on. Just do
Okay,
it.
well-
The chances of them catching it are slim to none. Don't do it.
I was going to say
They actually have scales. No,
Yeah.
that they have
I would
scales
think
that
not to
actually
use
can
it.
they can check the buoyancy of the pack. I know that sounds crazy, but the whatever it gives off as far as its movement profile, they know there's a liquid inside of it, and they'll pop the box. Don't send it.
Yeah. I don't want to lose that. So
I want to drive. Let's go up.
I'll
Let's just
figure it
drive.
out.
Let's pick a weekend and let's all go up to Ohio
Yeah.
and go see Leroy. I'm serious.
let's do it.
You guys would love the Wright brothers, the Wright Patterson Air Force Museum. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
Let's
whatever.
go.
It has the
Where's-
only XB-70 in existence. It was
Okay,
the
we want to
largest.
keep people
fastest-
enthralled. We want to keep
All right,
people
sorry.
excited. This is boring.
Sorry.
Nobody wants to hear about a museum. Is it a sex museum? Then nobody cares. So the XB-70, go ahead and tell them what the XB-70 is because it's an important part of history, and I do agree with you. Go ahead,
Actually,
XB-70.
Actually, it is. It was a Mach 3 bomber that the United States had developed, and it is huge. Like
Massive.
it's actually so big that it's hard to describe and keep it in scale. Most people don't even like when they see it; they just can't even take it in.
I'll send you a naked
That's what
picture
she
in a
said.
little
There's
bit so you
so
guys can
many-
understand disproportionate length and size.
That's fun.
Oh my golly.
Hey, Amy, look at the new shirts.
Oh, I love it. I do love that. That's awesome.
Isn't that
I
cool?
love it. I can't wait to
you
get
know
my
what's-
hoodie. So excited.
Well, by the way, we've got them in hoodie. Everyone's it's like, hey, I like the red shirt. We have it in hoodies now, folks.
Yeah.
The site is expanded. We're adding kids clothing this weekend. So we will have kids shirts. Yes, kids shirts are coming, and then we're getting flags. People wanted they wanted a red flag for Red Friday, so they could fly outside their house and put it in their office, and then a Don't Unfriend Me flag. Both are coming. And then I'm going to do a Don't Tread too. So we're going to do all three. All right.
Nice. Love that.
Let's get some other LOLs. Don laughs. Ramon says, "I'll be damned." Rumble. This is not on Rumble. Sugar muffins. I forgot to connect the Rumble. Damn it. That's the one thing. Do you understand how hard it is to link everything? I mean, I'm serious with this new site. It changed all the thumbnails. Damn it. I'm sorry, Rumble. I feel horrible. Darn it. I can't go back and do it now. I have to stop this. Whatever. But you can go on the site. Darn it. I hate that. And I get a lot of views on Rumble. That sucks. My recorded shows don't, but good 20, 25 people watch it over there. I mean, anyway, whatever. Weight, Matthew Spear. No, it's not weight. They don't check it by weight in the package. They have it's like a gimbal device that they set the package on. And once they do, the liquid continues to move. And if it has that, that buoyancy as a liquid and it's over a certain weight, they know it's not, facial toner or some shit or baby oil for Leroy. So they go ahead and know it's liquid. And it's just, listen, it's a quadruponic Blaupunk with ball bearings. It's amazing. We need to go on a road trip to Ohio, by the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We'll do it. Come up there. It's not that far. It's only like 8 hours, right?
Let's make the drive. Let's make the drive.
8 hours.
I don't know how long it is.
It's less than that.
I don't know.
To Ohio?
I have no idea. I've never been to Ohio.
It's right above Pennsylvania. How far could it be?
I figure. No. Okay. So for frame of reference here, I want to say when I was in A school, which is in, where that's at, Nimitzi, my wife went to visit, and I want to say that was.
Where are you at? Are you in Dayton or Columbus?
Yeah,
where are you at?
No, close to Dayton. We're south of Dayton.
Siri, drive to Dayton, Ohio. She's getting directions. Hold on. No, I don't want to avoid 7 hours, which basically means 6 hours and 5 minutes with me driving, because I'll do 85 the whole way. So
that's how I am.
It's 6 hours away. It's not that far. That's nothing. You get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You go through the heart of Pennsylvania through country. You get past rush hour once, you enter Ohio when it's probably 9 o'clock. And then you're there by, I don't know, 10, 11.
Yeah.
Drop off his whiskey, give him a hat, give him a little slap and pickle, and then get out of there.
You guys can make your video.
You would do that?
Yeah, we could.
You would slap my pickle?
We don't need to get into specifics, bro. Let's just
I'm Pickle Rick.
I'm just oh my Lord. Gavel's in. You are guilty as charged.
Well, that was some weird shit.
Once I get back to work and have money, I will have to go to get some shirts. Yeah, take your time. It's not a rush. Matt, my son Blake just made staff sergeant this week. Congratulations, Blake.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Northeast Ohio is great Bigfoot hunting country, right? In the sense that you never will find it.
Pretty much.
You can't say it's great Bigfoot hunting country when no one has ever found Bigfoot. It just makes it like every other Bigfoot hunting country. There's nothing there. So essentially anywhere is great Bigfoot hunting territory because it's all the same result. There are no Bigfoots.
Isn't it funny that they make whole TV series out of monsters that nobody can find?
Nobody can find.
Loch Ness Monster.
It's all bullshit.
Barry and the Hendersons.
Yeah. It's the same people who believe stolen elections.
Oh.
6.5 hours here to Toledo. Welcome to the group. It's about 400 miles. I would walk 400 miles. I remember that. That was 1,000 miles, I think. I would live to see the museum. Oh, I think she would like to see. Stephen, I would like to see the museum too. All right, I was being a jerk.
Yeah.
You take Interstate 70 all the way to Dayton. Slap and pickle. LOL. Whiskey. We have a local distillery here, makes some good spirits. Northern Michigan is known for the dog man. Bigfoot, world champion at hide and seek. Yeah, listen, they would have found a carcass, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, but the Bigfoot all go ahead and they matriculate when they're about to die, do a mass migration to a secret place on Earth that nobody can find. Where would that be?
I don't know.
Where were you are not going to find a 10-foot walking primate with a cranium the size of a frickin' watermelon, and you're not going to go ahead and see it anywhere, not once.
Right.
Come on,
Nobody's ever found any evidence of this thing whatsoever. The only thing that they've ever heard, right, are these ambiguous sounds that literally could be anything. It's two cats boning.
Nate, you guys didn't even believe my UFO video that was outside. I've been looking for it ever since too. Like I'm watching the cameras now, like every night.
Dude, you live near a place that literally is like top secret base.
I know.
Like it's super duper secret. You've got like NORAD, Underground Washington, and Mount Pleasant. I mean, come on.
I know. That's why I want to know what the heck.
I don't buy any of it. Every time I see one of the UFOs or I don't buy any of it.
Well, I didn't make the video. It was on my front door camera.
I know.
I still have, you know what? We're going to watch it right now. I'm done hearing about this. Every episode Amy comes on, I hear about this freaking thing. We're playing it right now. No, we're doing it. We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
Even the deer is looking at the dang thing flying.
I got to find it. Cause like we're doing it live. Okay. Let me see if I can find it.
And I would ship the booze, but it's such a rare bottle to find. Like I know people are giving me like, oh, just ship it. But like I would ship it. If it was like a bottle of Jack, sure. Like, okay, you can get that anywhere. But this is something like Leroy asked us to look for like a year ago. We just found it. So
yeah.
Is this the deer? Is this the deer that's the UFO? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's a deer. It's a deer. Deer set the camera off.
Okay, and then a UFO. It's a moth. I don't even need to watch this. And I have the same camera. It's a fucking moth, Amy. I don't even need to watch this. I haven't even started watching.
No, I have videos from last night of all the bugs flying around. It's so different. Like you can tell when it's a bug. I thought it was a spider.
I'll tell you right now. You just hold tight. You know what? You just hold tight because we're gonna watch it right now.
Analyze the video because y'all are specialists. I'm not.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the UFO, an unidentified. Listen, everything's an unidentified flying object. Okay, everything.
And that's chalk
until it's identified.
Which have been removed.
All right, folks. I just want to tell you the odds of seeing a deer and a spacecraft in the same video are so astronomically out of the realm of possibility that I don't even need to watch this to know it's not. But we're going to do it anyway. Here it is.
You're welcome.
Look at that.
Zoom in.
Look at that deer frozen in the UFO's headlights.
No,
it's a June bug. It's a June bug, and that's how they fly. It's a June bug.
12:30 in the morning, a June bug? I don't think so.
Why in the name? Why in the name? All right, we're blowing it up. Just hold on. We're going to hear you in a second. Hold on.
Look, cattle mutilations are up. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, it's a freaking June bug. It's a bee that just, thinks it's hovering. And no space person. You know how many G's they're going to pull by doing this?
What the heck?
They're going to throw up.
He just stops and stares.
It's a bug.
It's a bug.
It's not a bug.
It's a bug. I said it was a bug before I even frickin' looked at it. That's how much I knew it was a bug. It's a bug.
The bugs, I'll send you one from last night. There's bugs last night. It's easy to see the bugs flying because there's so many.
It's a bug. It's a bug. It's a solitary bug. It's probably a bee. Now understand that bees follow the light because of warmth. And if they're out there freezing their nutsack off, but that's what it is. It's a bug. It's a bug. No spaceman's gonna fly like this. They've breached intergalactic travel, but they can't have a fucking thing that's stabilized. They don't understand to have a stabilizer in their aircraft. Why is it flying like this?
No
what is it? Al Gore in there after he's had a few too many martinis with Tipper?
Just because we don't understand the technology. Look, I don't believe in UFOs, so that's wwhy it's like.
Okay. All right. Do you want to know how I know it's not a UFO? Because there's no ways it's going to be that to size to proportion, and you're telling me it was at your front door, because No, the bug, because if it goes out 20 feet, it's going to run into the house. Did you see its elevation? For that size and mass, that thing would have to be gigantic to be 100 yards into your neighbor's house. The parallels, they don't coincide.
I'm sending you a video this is from last night at 10:30, and you can see the bugs on this video that are clearly bugs.
Well, right, because they're bugs too. There's almost like 30, million different species of insects on this planet.
Yeah.
Come on.
And we have them all out here.
We do. Did you send it to me?
I did.
Okay. It's going to take a second. It's got to go through the NSA first. And you know, they got to filter this to make sure.
I don't believe in UFOs, but I was like,
could you imagine a spider on the front of a Ring camera? It would look like it was this big.
Oh yeah. The stink bugs.
Yeah, those are bugs.
Ah.
Those aren't bugs. That's dust from all the wind. That's particles. That is not bugs.
Was it windy?
Those aren't
last
gnats.
night?
Yeah.
No, those.
Yes, it was windy last night. Yes, it was
really windy.
I was sleeping.
It was windy. It was windy and it's dust. Okay, so I'm going to show this video. See, this is why nobody can pull a fast one up. They try.
I'm not trying to pull anything. I just thought like, hey, this.
Whatever.
I even said like, do you think this is UFO?
This is fake news. This is fake news. Look at the deer is back again.
Blowing.
Dude, you need to shoot this thing. That is a fat doe. Yeah. She's ready. She could.
Oh, you should see the bucks we have. We have 3 boys, like a granddad, and then like 2 young ones. But their bushes
it's either
aren't
snow
moving.
or dust. It's either a light snow because it got a little drizzly. Yeah, it did. It got drizzly.
Porch.
Doesn't matter. It's wind's blowing. It's going to blow against the camera. Yeah, that's what it is.
Did you guys get any flurries or?
No, we haven't had snow all year. Not one drop. Okay. Not one flake. Nothing.
We've had flurries, but nothing that stinks.
When did we have a flurry?
We got deer. Just
you haven't driven. The deer have they are not afraid of us at all. I mean, they come right up to our house. Clearly,
not mine, because I have decibel frequencies. It puts out a megahertz that they fucking hate. They walk up to my house and they're gone because they were eating my freaking hostas.
They're eating mine.
They love hosta.
Yeah. There's not gnats, guys. It was freaking like 25 degrees. There's not gnats. They're not. It's dust. It's dust, or it was a light drizzle that turned into a light dusting. That's all it is. And the wind was heavy. Covered porch or not, it's still going to hit your camera. I've got like 16 infrared cameras. There hasn't much I haven't seen on them.
It's a UFO.
It's not a UFO. We identified it. It's no longer a UFO. All right. So listen, there's a lot going on right now. I mean, a lot. Like I sent in a video to Crowder. You guys probably had a chance. You had a chance to see it because, and you know what? Like I know they probably got a metric crap ton of those, but what frustrates me, and I'm kind of like, well, okay, I'm not going to say which side I'm on yet, and I'm just going to tell you this. I think giving him $50 million for Crowder is a ripoff for what he does and how many followers he has. He's in the Joe Rogan numbers. He's no Joe Rogan, but he can facilitate conversation. He's smart. He's entertaining. He's got a lot to offer. And I think 50 million was a little light. However, I think Crowder should learn better negotiation skills.
Yes.
I think Candace Owens should completely be quiet. I think they all need to shut up.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you guys doing talking about this in the open? You're all multimillionaires.
Right.
There's people starving. They can't find eggs. They can't find food. They can't keep their houses warm. And you jagoffs are sitting here talking about fucking how many millions of dollars you make. I mean, fuck them all, honestly. I'm kind of just like, dude, I think it's completely petulant and it's childish. And for them to open this up. Now, Crowder shouldn't have backstabbed his friends. That's fine. But you know what? Crowder, I believe that if he found out something that would be breaking news, he would roll over on his own mom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not him deciding that he's rolling over. He's just ultra transparent. So am I. I talked about getting arrested, and my daughter's like, why are you sharing this with people? And I'm like, honey, I'm ultra transparent. Crowder is ultra transparent.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that. And he's not selling out his family. He's just very honest. Ben is very, very professional, but has gotten a little bit more loose. And I think that the Daily Wire is a gang mentality. And when you fight one, you fight them all. Matt Walsh and Candace Owens, they're flexing their muscles on Crowder, who's out on this alone. And I think it's kind of they're ganging up on him at this point. And I just think they're all being chicken shits, and they need to stop and keep it close to their vest how much money they make, because honestly, if people actually knew how many millions of dollars that they're feeding off of people like our audience, that more people would probably come to the Don't Unfriend Me show, because you don't have to pay for this shit. I'm sorry. That's just my spiel. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I did it. Go ahead.
Can I ask a quick question before we get into the discussion so deeply? Because, when Crowder posted that, like I saw it immediately. It's so weird. I was searching for him because I'm like, I haven't seen his show. So I literally typed in a search, nothing new came up. And I was like, okay. And then I got a notification that he was live or just posted. I was like, oh, that's weird. So I clicked on it and watched it. And then, when I sent it to you guys like hours later or whatever, I was like, hey, did you know this is going on? Blah, blah, blah. In that moment when he talked about it in the video, he never named who it was. And
yeah, but everyone knew.
Did they? That was my question.
Right.
I didn't know.
Yes, everyone knew.
I guess I'm naive. I had no idea.
You wouldn't.
I mean, I
but
thought
the people
about
who are in this, and although I'm in it at a very small level, I knew who it was. I mean, the only thing Crowder didn't do is say the Jews over at Daily Wire. That's the only thing he didn't do. And I thought that was a little tasteless, honestly. And here's my big gripe real quick. And then Leroy and Amy obviously just go, is he did it under the guise that he was interested in helping people, when really all he was trying to do was help himself and increase he got me to sign up. And I don't think he was honest that he's going to take people under his wing. At least I don't think that's what he's going to do. I don't think he's trying to expand his network. Maybe he is. Maybe this mug club thing will be, and I've just outed myself. But if he outs me for questioning it, well, then that's stupid. I don't want to be a part of it anyway. But he needs to now put his money where his mouth is. If he wants to come out of this climbing through a river of shit and coming out clean the other side, if he really wants to do that Shawshank Redemption style, he is going to have to make this big. He's going to have to put people under his wing. He is going to have to give back and create a network that's not the Blaze, that's not the Daily Wire, that's not the Daily Caller, that's all his own, that truly is made up of raw talent across the country. And if he does that, I'll take a knee and I'll say I'm sorry. But if he doesn't, honestly, I think it's gonna hurt him real bad.
Yeah.
My turn?
Go ahead. Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. I think that basically that they're all share some level of responsibility. But what I heard today, and I'm not saying that I believe one side 100% over the other. I'm just one of these kind of guys where I'm listening to this and I'm listening to all of this internet drama, right? And I just think to myself, God, you guys are just shooting yourselves in the foot. And I can't tell if all of this negative attention will either help or hinder one side or the other or both. Crowder definitely seems like he hurt himself in this. And here's the thing. Yes, Daily Wire sent over this very preliminary contract, and it was kind of intended with this, hey, this is a starting point. Tell me what you think.
Right.
And rather than address that directly and say, well, we'd like to do a little bit here. Let's do a little bit with line item B, and let's revise this number here. Rather than do that, it's like he read it and was like all butthurt and just said, I'm going to make a video about this because,
Right.
And that's kind of how it came across. And then with the whole recording of the CEO, where Crowder is like playing the recorded conversation back on his not a good look. Not a good look. Like, who's going to trust you at this point?
Right.
Who is going to look at Steven Crowder as one of the people that was potentially, had a handout saying, hey, help me. Now, some freshly started media company is going to have that handout, but they're always going to have that in the back of their mind. Like, am I being recorded? Can I really
exactly.
trust him here? Or is he trying to screw me the way he was warning that others would be screwed had they signed up with this other company? And so that will always be in question now, simply because he played that on the air.
Right.
Now, that being said, my take on this is that because Crowder initiated this whole thing, I really feel like Daily Wire is doing nothing but responding, and they are throwing up a unified front. Their messages are all the same. Like, this is a kind of a D-bag move, dude. Right. And because of that, because they are only responding to it, you can kind of tell which way I'm leaning here. Yeah.
Well, they're not just responding. I mean, they're taking it to the level of like, this is turning into like Tupac and Biggie. I mean, they sit here and complain about West Coast, East Coast rap. This is like conservative elites. It's like they're gonna start popping caps on each other's ass. Instead of that, they're gonna start throwing their checkbooks at each other. I mean, seriously, enough. Shut up and report the fucking news. There's more important things to talk about than your internal drama about you counting how much money's under your mattress. It's just a douchebag thing to do. And you don't see low-level podcasters doing it. You don't see people like me. You don't see people like LWN. You don't see the Wright brothers. You don't see us fucking each other over for a percentage. It's stupid.
No. And that's my take on it. When I first saw the video, and call me naive or whatever, I had no idea. I mean, I had a thought, like, I wonder who he would be going with or who he wanted to go with. I mean, Daily Wire would be the obvious choice, but it wasn't because he didn't name them. I didn't know. So call me dumb, naive, whatever. So, okay. Obviously, I'm the minority here. Everybody else in the nation knew. That's kind of a backstab in of itself. Most of the time when you are given a contract, or even a negotiation contract, whatever it's called. There's a name for it, but it's a negotiating contract. There's nothing binding in it.
It's an entry level contract is all it is.
Right.
And it's an
here's
offer.
What we're offering you. And they expect a rebuttal. They expect you to say, okay, this is good. I want to change this, blah, blah, blah. But to put that out on the air and to put the lines, and then there's some things that are redacted in there, which makes you always question, like, why are they redacting? That's the stuff that the left does all the time. We have to redact all this, all blacked out. Like, either give us all of it or say nothing. One, and then mother of pearl. And then,
by the way, while she's fixing that, we're up on Rumble and we're back up on Twitter. Everybody, I just fixed it, so we're on Twitter and Rumble. Go ahead.
Good. I like Crowder a lot. I've always liked him. I really like how grassroots he is. He feels like a guy you could just be like, hey, I love your show. Let's have a beer. Here's my thought on this. What do you think? Like, he seems like a kind of person that you could actually have a conversation with.
Agreed.
Then looking at the side of Daily Wire, and I forget the Ben Shapiro's counterpart. What's his name? Not Matt Walsh.
There's Matt Walsh.
But that guy who runs the company, Jeremy.
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah. I don't know his last name.
I didn't watch his
Gore something or other, right? Bore.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Boring. Jeremy Boring, right? Boring.
Is it boring?
Now, I did not watch his video. Apparently, he did put one out, and he read the entire contract line by line.
Yeah, it was pretty convincing. Just saying.
Okay. I didn't watch it, but I did watch Matt Walsh. I did watch Ben Shapiro, and I saw the highlight.
Well, Daily Wire just cut her connection.
And
there she goes.
What?
You cut out.
You cut out for a few seconds.
Cut out for a few seconds. We're like, Daily Wire, cut out your connection.
Oh, that's because I'm so popular. Just the hearing. I watched Matt Walsh's show today. I usually do. I watched Ben Shapiro's. I did not watch Candace Owens, but I saw like the highlight on another show I watch. And basically the same thing that we've all been saying is most other podcasters are not going to call out their counterparts. No one's going to badmouth somebody else in the business. One, it's bad business. Two, it doesn't help anyone to do that. And you want to believe Crowder because he does come across as like a grassroots kind of person who is honest. But the minute he played that video of his recorded phone call, I lost.
That was douche.
It's
your buddy.
Respect.
It was your friend.
It was slimy. It was a slimy move.
I think we've all been betrayed by someone like that, and it's like, oh, here we go. You can't
like my
trust
troll
that
did to me.
Right.
William says, you mentioned which side you're on. No, I think Leroy had mentioned, kind of leanings, but honestly, I think they're all being ridiculous. So I'm not on anyone's side. First of all, I have no relation to any millionaires because I'm not one of them. So guess what? That's like me sitting here and wondering if LeBron should really leave LA. I don't give a shit and it has nothing to do with me and it never will. So I don't care. There is no side. There is one, the American people in the middle who are getting effed. Who cares if this goofball makes 50 million in 4 years? He's not happy with it. This is another thing that's wrong with the country. People being overpaid for doing nothing. Everyone keeps going back from side to side. Democrat, Republican, left, right. I think we should all meet in the middle and try to do something. Otherwise, it's business as usual. Well, right, but I would be remiss if I didn't talk about it. Not because I need ratings, because this certainly isn't my highest rated show ever, and not because I feel it's important. But I do believe that a lot of people on this show either have a long-lasting feeling one way or the other about Ben Shapiro, about Crowder, about Candace Owens, about Matt Walsh, and everyone else involved, and either A, listen to them or don't for A, B, C, or D reason. So it'd be stupid for me not to talk about it because it's important. I listen to all three of them, four of them.
I mean, at what point in the last 5 years, right? Especially when you're talking about you're combining YouTube with Facebook, with Twitter, with every other social media platform. I mean, who has not watched, most of Steven Crowder or at least some interactions between Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro? They had even had each other on their shows at one point.
Of course they do.
And so
they're all friends.
And so a lot of the reason that I'm here today, right, is because at one point, I was watching a Steven Crowder video where he was talking about the Second Amendment or the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and you get so impassioned with this, and he gives you a piece of information that maybe I didn't have before. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, now it's so clear because of the way he words things. And so there's a little bit of this feeling like indebtment, right?
Yeah. Right.
A little bit of the knowledge that I have today is directly because of either Ben Shapiro or Andrew Klavan or And so when you see them fighting, now it's like, oh, you guys, just grow up, don't put this shit out on for all of the internet to micro examine, because that's not worth it.
Here's why. And I'm just going to say it cleanly. And if they were on here, I would say, listen, this is why I want to get a larger influence, is because I would have no problem saying this to all three of them. You would never see Paul Harvey, Larry King, Rush Limbaugh, Barbara Walters, and I don't care what your opinion of any of these are all iconic golden microphone greats. You would never see any of them play this game ever in the ether.
Right.
You would not do this, because what this does is degrade the brand. This is something the Young Turks would do. This is something the Young Turks would do. It's petty bullshit, petulant crap that Sink Uyghur and the frickin' TYT douchebags would do. Not necessarily everyone else. I got to give Tim Cass a credit, even though he brought Crowder on and started having these conversations, and Candace and tries to, facilitate a little bit of a peacekeeping mission. Ultimately, he's just playing all sides and for ratings. And I respect what he does. I respect who he is. But if I had them on, I would not talk to Candace Owens about this. What I would talk to about Candace Owens is, Candace, you have an amazing following of people who think that you should be vice president. What are your thoughts, about politics? What are your thoughts about getting into the fray? How do you go ahead and make yourself appealing to the African-American community, who a very small percentage would lay down in traffic for you, but the other would want to push you in traffic? If I had Crowder on, I would say, how many times have you changed your frickin' mind in the process? Really changed your mind? Please tell me your top 3 most successful change your minds, and who did it and why, and what was influential. If I talked to Ben Shapiro, I said, how do you get out of the typecast about Jewish media, and you literally hiring and being open with not just hiring Jewish Americans, but all walks of life and all people, and even wanting Crowder to come to your network? What made you do that without screaming equality and equity, and doing it naturally where it doesn't seem forced? Why are we talking about contracts when you have those people in front of you and you're talking about stupid little squabbles and can't answer questions that really people want to know? Stupid.
It's such a in the weeds type details type conversation that shouldn't have been vented on the air. And something that I always I get this, and it always rings in my head. One of the missing conservative channels, a major conservative channels that has gone silent, and I know why. And this is kind of where I fall, and I respect the man for this. Is Prager. Dennis Prager has said multiple times that when he's talking about people, and he gave an example like Hillary Clinton, and during one of his speeches, he actually said, I don't care about Hillary Clinton. My battle is not with Hillary Clinton.
That's correct.
If she were to drop dead tomorrow, it would not matter. My battle is with the left. And that's where I think I think I love that type of messaging, because it doesn't attack people directly. It only attacks the philosophy behind it.
I think it's extremely petty and juvenile, and ultimately it's what we lament about our politicians, and now we're doing that with people who are conservative voices. So here's what it comes down to. I know this is like, this is not bragging. This isn't trying to be like, oh, you know, look at me and look what I do for people. I give as much as I can, as often as I can. That's what I do. I don't necessarily look for accolades for it, but I was looking at Ryan Samuel's show, and I was looking at his logo, and I'm like, I just need some help. And so I cut him a new logo. That's it. Yeah. And if you think it's easy to put that many stars all around, you're insane, because that's what they are. They're little tiny.
Oh, that looks so good.
Little micro
so
stars.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's just to say, you know, someone might charge him a couple $100 for that. And I'm like, if I can help him out, and that's going to get him more viewers, then great. Because in the end, him making more money than me isn't taking money out of my pocket. It's kind of like when you're panhandling for gold and you're surveying for gold. If each of you have a quadrant of the river and somebody strikes gold, it shouldn't be, oh my God, I'm so jealous of you. Don't you go to town and cash that in, and let me go ahead and pull my 6-shooter and take you out and take your gold. It should motivate me to say gold is in this river and more is to be found, and it's my time to go ahead and up my game, because I should be motivated. So if Ryan Samuels breaks at 150 and passes me, I shouldn't be jealous. I should say I'm not doing enough work to drive my own numbers that way, because I just saw Ryan do it, and it's possible. Why we get to this mentality that somehow looking over and trying to keep up with the Joneses like these guys are is horrible. Because if someone offered me $50 million to run a show, you know what I would say to him? And I swear to God, this is the truth. I would say, honestly, you give me 5, and let's go ahead and give Amy and Leroy 5, and let me go ahead and hire some staff writers and some other people, because I think we could do so much more instead of just giving me $50 million. That would just make me completely lazy. I don't know. I don't have that mentality. I believe that spreading the wealth and all ships rise at highest tide are the way you do things, not this grab ass game that they're doing right now. That's it.
Yeah.
I would do it for 2.
I do it. I mean, shit.
$2. I want my $2.
I want my $2. I got to get that soundbite.
No, it's so true though. It's hard. It's hard for the average American person to say, like, why are they fighting about this amount of money? Most people can't understand that amount of money. No. But we're not in that ball game, so it's hard for us to, like, what the fuck are you arguing about? 30 million, 50? It doesn't, like, just take
language.
10. Like, I would take $1 million every year. Come on, for guaranteed for what, 5 years, whatever it was, 4 years. Like, I'll take it. It's hard for the average person to understand that, but they are at a different level. They do operate at that level, so for them, it's not small potatoes, I guess. I don't know. I hope I'm in that ball game one day where I can go.
They earn it. Listen, do you know how much revenue they pull in? I mean, seriously, these guys. I had 70,000 commercials. 70,000 commercials play on my video for the Ron DeSantis video, and like I said, that should have paid about $900. These guys have 70 million commercials play on their stuff, and they make $30,000-$40,000 an episode.
Yeah.
So it's just a different level. And as much as I earn and deserve my 60 to 70 to 80K, whatever it's going to be, I don't know what it's going to be, but let's just assume that that's what it's going to be all in for this. It's losing money compared to what the work I'm doing and what I'm worth. But you know what? That's what it takes to get where you want to go. And these guys have earned it. What you haven't earned is to sit here and flaunt it in front of America's face because you're in a tissy fit. I think it's bullshit. Okay.
You know, for years and years and years, I worked with a DJ, and the guy worked just like a demon. And he's a great guy. Built his business up from something that was very, very small, a one-man type operation, and he would hire an assistant on the weekends kind of deal. And I think he said that after he got done doing the math, what he figured out that he paid himself hourly was only like $2 or $3 an hour.
Right.
But it was because he was doing it 24/7, 365 days a year with very few days off. I mean, he was burning the candle at both ends, and he was able to scratch himself out a pretty solid living because of that.
Right.
So there's a lot that goes into this kind of thing. And that's why, folks, we like to remind everyone to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Sandy says David Crosby, rest in peace. His last words were ripping on Republicans and tearing apart half of the country. I don't know.
He's gone now. He's gone.
Sorry to his
it's not, no. Hold on a second. Now let's not wash over that and think Matt's an insensitive dick. I'm not a fan of John Lennon because of it too. I mean, just listen to Imagine. It's the communist socialist fucking propaganda song ever.
Horrible.
Imagine all the people living without God and hope and fucking dude. It's like the Saul Alinsky playbook.
That song.
So do I. And I understand that Crosby, Stills, and Nash made great music. And if that's all we want to remember, then yes. Okay, great. I'm with you. I mean, same thing with Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, Jethro Tull, and Stevie Nicks, and Fleetwood Mac, and I get Jimi Hendrix, all of it. Great. Same as actors, too. Like, I think Alec Baldwin's a great actor. I love him in quite a few movies. So if we're going to do that, then let's do that. But if we're going to go ahead and say, let's go ahead and mourn David Crosby for being a philanthropist, no. Because that guy literally is just as bad, in my opinion, as Keith Olbermann and Rob Reiner. He was one of those. That's all. Dixie Chicks.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I miss the Jick.
And that's the thing, right?
Yeah, I miss them.
We're
so cute and awesome.
We're able to watch a Rob Reiner movie. We're able to look at something like The Princess Bride and go, that was a great movie. Yeah. We're able to separate the performance from the person.
Right.
And so half of the time, I think that's where a lot of people have a problem, kind of making those distinctions.
Right. Like I said, I can respect the tunes and not respect the man or woman. And that's fine.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm just being honest here. The guy didn't do a lot for me when it came to his personal politics. And I think people should, and James Woods is the same way. Like, I think James Woods is fantastic. I think was awesome for the season that he was on Ray Donovan, which we're watching now. It's fantastic. I loved him in Vampires. I love James Woods, but honestly, politically, he's just as bad as those other guys. And that's the way they are. So I can respect him from watching him. And John Voight, I can respect him too, because I love their acting. But when it comes to their personal politics, I don't have to. Like, Tom Cruise is one of my favorite actors of all time. And people are like, how dare you? Oh my God, where's my girl? Where's she at? Where's my? Here we go.
How dare you?
How dare you like Tom Cruise? He's a Scientologist. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Do you see what he did to Katie Holmes? I don't care. He makes a great movie. It makes a great movie. Sorry. Fantastic. All right.
A hard time. Well, he's had it fixed now, but his earlier movies, I used to be in the dental field. I could not, it would detract from the movie for me to look at his teeth. I really struggled.
Tom Cruise?
His teeth back before he had them done.
Oh yeah. No, he had some bad teeth. No. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah,
The guy
okay.
has literally survived
Starts
for 50 years in
Yeah.
an entertainment business where you don't survive for 50 years anymore. There are no more
he looked
Cary Grants. There's
fantastic.
no more Grant. You just don't survive. He started off with risky business and all the right moves, and you're just like, dude, like this guy's he's a dick. He was a horrible dick in those movies, and the way he acted, he was cocky and arrogant, and his acting chops sucked. Then you saw him in Top Gun, and you're like, he still can't act, but you know he's good to look at, so people loved him. And then you saw him in a Few Good Men, and you're like, hold on a second, this guy may have something. And once he dedicated himself to his work, and then you saw him in The Brief or The Firm, and you're like, against Gene Hackman, and you're like, well, he's holding up against Jean Triplehorn, who's an amazing actress, and Gene Hackman. See, don't get me into movies, folks, but he's holding himself up really well. And then, you know, he starts cutting his teeth, and then he comes out with Mission Impossible, and you're like, all right, well, once again, not great acting, but the stunts and the
amazing,
acting,
yeah.
right? And then he puts himself into it, and then he gets Mission Impossible 2, and you're kind of like, meh. And then he just revitalizes the series. And then you got to see one of his best movies that I think ever. Minority Report was extremely well done.
Oh, yeah,
Live, Die, and Repeat, which nobody saw.
Oh, never heard of it.
Nobody saw Live, Die, Repeat. It was the day after. It's like he keeps reliving the same day over and over. If you have not watched that movie, hands down, it's one of the best Tom Cruise movies ever made. It's fantastic. It's better than Top Gun. It's great.
All right.
Go ahead.
I never saw Days of Thunder.
That movie sucked. But that's the point. It was basically Top Gun. But it was Top Gun with NASCAR. But he has done movies where you're like, dude, you know, like Born on the 4th of July, no matter if you love it or not.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. Day After Tomorrow. No, was that it?
No, that was the weather one.
No, it was Rinse. It was Live, Die, Repeat. That was the name of it, and then it was nobody knew what it was about. It was a horrible name. It was just one of the worst marketed
it was about
movies.
aliens. Yeah,
so good, so good. The Edge of Tomorrow, right? It was. You're like, what the fuck is Edge of Tomorrow? And then they did Live, Die, Repeat, and it was too late. It was too late. If you haven't seen that movie, Edge of Tomorrow, go watch it. You'll love it. It's so freaking good. It's a fantastic movie. All right.
Cool. Speaking of movies, this is not one, but I finally rewatched season 1 of Stranger Things, and I started season 2.
So good. Such a great show.
I forgot. I don't know why I stopped. After season 1, if I can't binge watch something, it's hard for me to I just don't watch a lot of TV.
You're gonna shit your pants.
Okay.
It is
episode 4.
So good. Dude, Stranger Things, I could watch it. It's like literally going to Domino's Pizza, drinking a Mountain Dew, and then going over to Pizza Hut and playing video games. It's just it oozes Big League Chew and the Dukes of Hazzard. It is 80s. It's nostalgia washing over you.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
music's wonderful. It is. It's a really it's really good. It's good.
It's like one of those shows that when they filmed it, where they placed all the furniture, and then when they did all of the set dressing, it's like when you walked into that room, even though you're watching it on TV, you could almost smell it. You can almost smell the 70s, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. So we're watching Ray Donovan now. Oh, you know, I didn't I like mob movies, but I'm not like I love The Sopranos, right? And I like Goodfellas, and I've seen them all. But I think like The Departed is the best mob movie ever made. Like you're not gonna. I don't care what anyone says. It's ridiculously good. Ray Donovan. It started a little, you know, because Voight's trying to talk with a Boston accent, and he's not pulling it off, and he sounds like some Jersey mob mafia guy, and it's just like, dude, you're fucking killing me. Voight, stop trying to just be Voight, right? And oh my Lord. It's good. Like we're now in season 4 or 5, and it's like Sopranos. It's Irish Sopranos. It's really good. It's a fantastic show. So Ray Donovan.
Add it to my list. I'm so behind on TV.
It's all right.
I'm waiting for the second half of Yellowstone to drop.
Everyone says I need to watch that show. I haven't seen it. Everyone's like,
season 2 is disappointing.
So
season 3 is a little disappointing, but I heard it got better this year.
It is good.
Yeah. Everyone says like, oh my gosh, like this is, you would love it. Everything that you love about life is in this show. And I'm like,
Well,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
because it's one of those shows
Yellowstone's good.
that it looks like it looks like it's part of a genre, right? It looks like it takes part of like this Western kind of culture, and it does, but there is a little bit of a political tinge to it. So much so that the lead actor actually gets, he goes into politics later on in the series.
Which
And
I'm
so
sorry,
it is
which show?
Yellowstone.
Oh yeah, Yellowstone for sure. Yes.
And so it is something that you would appreciate. I'll say that.
It's outstanding. It's Yellowstone's great. I still think that Terminal List is probably hands down one of the best shows in the last decade.
Okay, I never finished that show.
Jumping shit. What the fuck is wrong with you, young lady?
So unless I can spend it's
we
hard.
hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
You know the thing.
What's going on?
I've seen Sing 2 probably 30 times, but it's really I watched it again last night with my kids. It's just hard for me to sit. I have a hard time sitting down to watch a TV show. Like I have to be doing something else, like laundry, cleaning. So
I understand. So just drink.
I'll tell
when
you,
you drink, you mellow out.
The great thing about
I get like more.
Really? You seem mellow on the show. Go ahead, Leroy.
I'll tell you what was great, not good, great about Terminal List. It was one of these shows where it captures not only the culture so perfectly, but it also begs that question of when you have someone that is as committed as a Navy SEAL, and it's like that old Shakespearean, prick us, shall we not bleed, wrong us, shall we not revenge. It is that. It is to what level someone who's that committed, how far they will take it. That's what was terrifying.
Well, right. And listen, Terminal List is fantastic. There's so many great shows out there right now. I mean, there's so many. Karate Kid is freaking Cobra Kai is awesome. Great show.
That I've watched all of.
Cobra Kai is great.
They just canceled that one.
No, they're releasing season 6. It's out in a few weeks. They just announced it on Netflix. Trust me.
They cannot cancel that. I will.
No, dude, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Someone said A Bronx Tale. That is a great movie.
Wait, time out. Cobra Kai is not canceled. The final season is season 6. They've run it. They're going to do spinoffs. But season 6 will be the last season, and they're going to do spinoffs. But it's not canceled. There's no, dude. It's like the number 7 show streaming right now. You're not going to cancel it. It's like canceling Stranger Things. Not going to happen. But it's really
did I
good.
miss something of Cobra Kai? Did they end the season?
They're done. They've done all the movies. They've brought all the characters they can. They don't have any more material. They've done all the Karate Kid movies. And they've brought in everyone they really can. It's run its course. But what they're thinking of doing is doing Mr. Miyagi's story before he was Miyagi through Vietnam.
Are they going to bring Seagal back?
Dude, Seagal was never in Karate Kid. What are you talking
about? Oh, never mind then. Jean-Claude?
No, Jean-Claude wasn't in it. And don't even fucking say Chuck Norris because he wasn't in either. They all would have died. Chuck Norris just would have went in and crane kick and he
Lone Wolf McQuade. That's all you need, man. Lone Wolf
McQuade. What a great B movie, because it was a B movie. And the lead chick in it is so sexy. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. She was smoking, because she did softcore porn. And so she brought that into her movies, and nobody knew back then because they didn't have the internet, but she did. It wasn't even softcore. She did porn. And so she was this risky.
Wait,
she didn't wear a bra. This is the girl. Here, I'll show you. She was in Can't Buy Me Love as well.
Oh, love that movie. That's one of my favorites. I wanted a Rabbit convertible so bad because of that movie.
Right. Well, the lead actor in that.
I don't know her name.
Grey's Anatomy kid. Yeah. He did another one that was where he was a male prostitute. She was in it too.
Oh, wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
But anyway, she was Dominican, I think. Barbara Carrera.
She
And
was
she was
beautiful.
drop dead smoking. She had the Bambi eyes. There she is.
Yeah, she's
She
really
had
pretty.
she had the dark eyes, and she had the Native American look. And
She is
but
striking.
she would
She's
never
really
wear a bra. So like every scene you could like see through. And as a kid, you're watching this and you're like, dude, she's kind of
and you're like, those are nipples.
Right. Yeah, right. And then so in the sex scenes also, it's kind of risque. I mean, it wasn't normal freaking, type stuff. So you're kind of like, whatever. So later in life, when I did the Nerd Fat podcast, I mean, we did thousands of conversations like this, and we looked her up and for research in a movie, and we're like, oh my God, she did porn. Well, that's why she was so comfortable doing those scenes. Yeah. And that movie just was totally fucking horrible. But it was good at the same time. It was good. It was great. It was a great beef.
It was David Carradine versus Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Kung Fu versus freaking, American style. And Carradine would have just absolutely fucking mopped the floor with Chuck Norris. Just saying.
I don't buy that.
Not in real life. Just in, Kung Fu. Dude, snatch the pebble. Come on, bro. I'm sorry. But I will tell you this is the one thing I will admire about Chuck Norris over any person on the planet when it comes to mixed martial arts is that he broke ground and he was exceptional. But he went down to Brazilian jiu-jitsu with Horace Gracie, right? Is that the name? I believe in the Gracie family, and absolutely got his ass.
I was going to say, didn't you tell me that he got choked out?
No, he just got destroyed. He just was absolutely destroyed. And no matter what he did, he was down on the mat and he was done. And people were like, "What a pussy! Chuck Norris lost Gracie." And you know what?
Don't say that.
You know what's not is that he was so humble because he wanted to learn, and he had so much humility about that event. Whenever people would make fun of him, be like, "Yeah, I got destroyed," and it taught me what I had to learn in order to be more effective fighter. So to me, it was a lesson on what not to do versus something that I should be ashamed of. And he's just such a humble guy, but Chuck Norris is not a pussy. Chuck Norris is a badass. No. I wouldn't fight Chuck Norris. All right. So speaking of Yellowstone, I was curious if that's why Matt and Olivia chose to name their daughter Hayden. Oh, no, there's no way, because Hayden's 12. The namesake of my children, I'll tell you. So first I wanted Scottish-Irish descent because that's part of my, even though it's not the largest part of my lineage, I very much respect the Irish-Scottish culture. And I am a huge defender of the Irish and the Scots because of the way they were screwed over by the English throughout history. And it was terrible.
It's my island.
It's my island. God's pretty sure he can get me out of this, but he says you're fucked. So I really admire that part of history. In fact, Braveheart is even though it's completely historically inaccurate, is one of my favorite movies. I cry every fucking time like a baby. I stood up in the theater for 15 minutes and applauded. It was ridiculous. I love the movie, although historically inaccurate. But I really
missed it. Sorry, what was
Braveheart?
it?
Braveheart.
Oh, okay, that is a good movie. I've seen that one.
Shit! I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not you.
Talk about your daughter's name, Hayden.
My daughter's namesake. So when I used to go through my tabard, found out that we had McLeod. I loved Highlander. Found out that my family had its own pattern. It's just I love medieval history. I love that time period. Anyway, so
don't rock the boat. You'll tip us, you Spanish peacock. Sorry.
Smell like a dung heap. Your best. Losers always talk about the best when it's home, but fuck the prom queen. Good old John. My name is Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez.
Yeah, that's right. God,
what a such a great
what a mouthful.
Movie. Yeah, dude, I remember, I love that movie, and I'm a big Sean Connery fan. But anyway, okay, stop it, damn it. So I love. Here's the namesake of my kids. So McKenna is my daughter's middle name, and that comes from one of my favorite movies of all time, which is called Somewhere in Time with Jane Seymour and Christopher Reeve, which is, dude, fuck. You know, just you just want to get destroyed. Watch that flick. It's so well done. And they've got Rachmaninoff in it. It's just go watch that movie. It's fantastic. So that's where McKenna comes from Elise McKenna in the movie. And then Hayden comes from Hayden Panettiere from Remember the Titans. And I said, if I'm going to have a kid, she's going to look just like Hayden Panettiere, I promise. And guess what? Hayden looked identical to Hayden Panettiere up until I don't know what age. And her personality is very similar to that little girl in the movie. Ethan, middle name is Logan, and that comes from Logan Wolverine from X-Men, who I am a big fan of the X-Men comics, and I love the name Logan. And Ethan comes from Ethan Hawke, who hands down is one of my favorite actors from Dead Poets Society, Great Expectations, from
Gattaca,
Before Midnight, Gattaca. I love Ethan Hawke. Yeah. And I believe he can play anybody. He can play this vulnerable character and play this drug addict in the 13th Precinct, which was a shit movie, but still he killed it in it. I love Ethan Hawke. So that's
Predestination.
Yeah, he's so good in just about anything. So but anyway, that's why my kids are named who they are. That's it.
That's awesome, though. That's really awesome.
Debbie says, somewhere in time, the end where she is wearing the necklace was wow moment for me. It was actually a watch. A watch. And it was a penny. Yeah. So it was a watch. It's my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. I can recite I cry like a fucking baby every time I watch that movie. I'm so sorry, Mom. I love you. Okay.
So I gotta take notes.
Dude, watch Somewhere in Time. Like, if you just want to, it's like there's a part where Christopher Reeve, I'll give you the premise quickly. He is a playwright, and he is a struggling playwright. He's very successful. He's written his first, but he's got writer's block for his second. And so he decides to kind of leave the city and get away from the noise and the hustle and bustle. And he goes to Michigan and goes up to the old grand old hotel, which is, everyone knows what it is. It's a giant, long, looks like Buckingham Palace, white hotel somewhere in Michigan. My mom grew up there. Anyway, so he goes into this room. But before he does this, on one of those successful nights of his play and the release of a play, an old woman comes up to him, and she's regal. She's all in black, and her hair is done up, and you could tell that she was something when she was younger, but she's horribly old, right? I mean, just frail in her design. And he's in this conversation with his the people who are in his play, and she walks up to him, bold and strong and completely freaking just like a tank. She walks in with no circumspect nature about her, that it's like she knows where she's going and no one's going to stop her. So that frailty goes away when she sees him. And she walks up to him and she hands him a watch and simply says to him, "Come back to me." And he's like, and she turns around and walks out. No words, nothing else. And he's just like staring at her like, what the fuck is this? And what just took place? And why are you giving me this watch? It's priceless, right?
Right.
So he goes to this hotel, and this, I'm sorry, you guys got me into it, and I got to tell the story. So he goes to the hotel and he drives by it. And as he's just going aimlessly, he leaves, and he's blocked, and he doesn't know what to do. And he never finds out anything about this watch. He doesn't give it a second thought. And he's driving through Michigan, and he sees the hotel, and he drives right by it. And then he stops, and he backs up, and he reverses, and he looks at it. And for no wanton reason, he just pulls into the hotel and decides to get a room. So he gets in this room, and he goes in. He doesn't know why he's there, and his publicist calls, and he's like, you know what? I'm getting to it. I'll do it sometime. I'm taking a break, and I'm going to clear my head. So he gets this room, and he sees this old man. His name's Arthur, and he's kind of the caretaker, and he's kind of the chaperone, or the guy who works the front desk and stuff and takes care of the grounds. And they talk and have a conversation, whatever. And then he goes, well, when's the restaurant open? And they're like, we'll be open soon. And you can see the hotel is on off season and it's slow. And he decides to kill some time. So he goes into the restaurant and they're like, it's not open for 30 minutes. And he's like, 30 minutes? They're like, 30 minutes. He's like, shit, okay. So he goes into the history of the hotel. And as he's perusing and looking, he goes into this little cubby that has all the old history. It's got old, statues, and it's got photographs and hairbrushes and all this stuff. And he's looking down at this one nondescript antiquity who doesn't matter. And he stops. Now, this is the important part, and this doesn't suck you into the movie, nothing will. And as he's staring at this antiquity, it almost is like something enters his body, like a poltergeist or a feeling that we've all had, that the back of the hair on your neck stands up and you get, pockmarks all over your arms and goosebumps. And he slowly just looks up like this, and you see him on side profile, and his gaze goes to the right, and he's pulled to it. And when you see it, there's this illuminated monochromatic photograph with soft opacity around it and everything of this woman who is absolutely fucking stunning in Jane Seymour, who is absolutely stunning. And he can't breathe. And he walks up to this photo and he's just like, he can't take his eyes off of her. And he's immediately enamored with her. And he sits down and stares at this photo and walks up and rubs off the plaque to try to get a name. And there's no information. And he sits there for hours staring at this woman. And then he immediately gets a smile on his face. And he's like, I'm going to go find out everything I can about her. Now, hold on. This has a plot. So he starts asking everybody, who is this woman? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he goes back to Arthur and goes, there's a picture of this lady and she's in there. Who is she? I must know who she is.
Right.
Like, her name's Elise McKenna. And he's like, okay, well, where is she? How do I find her? And he's like, well, she died, over 100 years ago or whatever. And he's like, what the fuck do you mean she's dead? How could she can't possibly
Who the hell
be dead.
gave me the watch?
I need to find this woman. I've got to, I'm in love with her. There's something I need to. He's like, you can't. So he goes to the library and he goes and he starts looking up her pictures and trying to find her and can't, just get enough of her. He's encapsulated by her gaze, her non-existent scent, her clothes, everything about her. He wants to find out more. And as he goes through acting history of actresses and finds out she's an actress and local actress, he goes through and looks through this book and he sees younger pictures of her and his heart is just stopping. And then he turns to one and he drops the book and his eyes get fucking just like saucers as it's the old lady who gave him the watch. And you're like, fuck, right? So the whole thing turns. And remember, her words, come back to me. So he obviously went, at some point in his life, went back to her through time travel. And that's the movie. And I'm not going to tell you anything else. Dude, I will tell you hands down, one of the greatest movies that I've ever watched in my life. And I love it. And it's one of the most beautiful love stories you've ever seen. You should watch it. That's it. There's the movie.
Christopher Reeves was an amazing actor ahead of time. I mean,
so good.
There weren't that many roles that the guy, didn't shine in. Hey, real quick, Frederick to Frederick, there's a comment in there. It says The Recruit and The Rookie were both good movies with Ethan Hawke. Actually, those are both wrong. The Recruit starred Colin Farrell and Al Pacino.
That's
and
the
Rookie was Charlie Sheen and Clint Eastwood. Sorry. G.
Abbott's like, the most boring podcast I've ever seen. Dude,
whatever.
Go back to your mommy's basement. And you've obviously stuck around and continue to comment so you get your moment of attention. So here's your endorphin hit. Fuck you. Dude, fuck you. Your opinion means nothing to me. I'm sorry it's not boring. We should just talk about dicks and shit.
So boring.
Yeah.
He's latent homosexual. It's not his fault. Oh, he's talking shit again. And he's gone. Bye. It just comes down to just a fantastic movie. Gotta watch it. If you haven't seen it, go do yourself a favor, do it. And then there's another book that's very similar to that called Replay, which is also really good. Anyway, all right. So Leroy, give us your movie pick real quick, and then we'll go from the rest.
My movie pick for
anything. Best movie.
Oh.
What is it?
Best movie. Oh, hands down. Shawshank. My top 5.
That's a good one.
My top 5 are so transparent. It's Shawshank Redemption, Gattaca, it's Ex Machina. Excuse me. Oh God, and 2 other ones. It's so easy because I'm just like a library. I'm like a walking IMDb with the stuff.
Me too. Training Day, by the way, is Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington is the one you're thinking of, which is also, yeah, that one's pretty good too. The name of the movie that I was describing was called Somewhere in Time with Jane Seymour and Christopher Reeve in circa 1979, 1981, whatever it is. That's a pretty good one. So, God, I'm really upset that the Basement Dweller wasn't happy with my podcast. You know what? I'm a pretty fucking fantastic seller, dude. So you can bite me. I've sold 40-50 million dollars in my life. I'm a good storyteller. So you can go suck me sideways, dickhead.
Yeah.
So I sold that movie. I sold the shit out of that movie. And I bet you people watch it. I bet it has the most sales it's had in like 10 years because of my sales pitch.
I'm going to watch it.
All right.
100% I'm going to watch it this weekend.
Yeah.
Did you get around to watching Prisoners?
Which one?
Prisoners?
No, I watched the other one you told me to watch.
It had Hugh Jackman in it, and it was just one of his best performances ever. Just terrifying, but so good at the same time. Anyway,
Prisoners. No, you did tell me to, no. We were going to watch that, but we watched the other one instead. We watched the not the Naked and Afraid, but the survival one you told me to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, Alone. So good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. It got a little tiring after like, I don't know, 100 episodes. We're like, okay, we're done. We're not going to buy season 7 and 8. we were really upset. We liked the backstories and, it was okay. So, Amy, your favorite movies?
Someone just named it. Schindler's List is definitely one of my favorite movies.
Wow. God.
It's so depressing, but it's such a good movie.
Such a good movie. So depressing.
It's like one of those movies you got to get all the sharp objects out of the room before you watch it.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
It's one of those movies for sure.
Yeah, it's such a good one. And then I don't know. I mean, I'm like such not a movie buff. I'm trying to think like what do we always watch? I have kids. So I've seen Sing 2 30 times. It's probably the most watched movie I've ever seen. It's such a good movie.
Larry says that Tombstone, which was completely inaccurate.
Totally inaccurate.
So horribly inaccurate. Doc Holliday didn't speak fucking Latin. Okay. Him and Wyatt Earp had a falling out at the end of their life. He died in his bed in Colorado.
Did you know that you can go to Tombstone, the town of Tombstone, and you can stay at I want to do it so badly. Like I want to go so badly and go to you can stay at this little I don't know what it's called. It's like a ranch. You can stay there and you get to experience ranch life. It sounds awesome. It's so expensive, but I really want to go.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, my other movies though, just to totally
give them to me.
I would say I would have to copy Leroy's list a little bit because I do love Shawshank, and I will say this. I such a nerd here. I'm totally just biting off of Leroy. Every time Gattaca is on, or it's one of my recommended movies on Netflix, I do put it on because I really enjoy Gattaca.
I'm gonna go watch that tonight with my kids. I'm gonna show them Gattaca. That's such a good choice.
The messaging behind that movie is so amazing because basically what it says is doesn't matter what your chromosomes, your DNA, whatever you think is your predetermined path in life. You can.
It is.
It's one of those movies that it doesn't matter if you with enough work, with enough focus and effort, you can do whatever the hell you want. And it's one of those types of movies. It's so amazing.
Hold on, time out, Kristen. I didn't block you. I'm sorry. Maybe someone else did. We have 5 new moderators on the site. By the way, I want to tell everybody, Amy is obviously somebody who has been a moderator for us. Stamcombe, she's amazing. Glenn is now a moderator. Vicky is a moderator, and so is Kevin, along with Lee, who's been a moderator. So somebody blocked them. I don't care. If somebody says I'm boring, I don't give a shit. It means they're jealous. It means their dick's small. So I am not a boring fucking guy. I don't give a shit what anyone says. And if you want me riled up, just get me riled up and I won't be boring anymore. Pretty simple. But dude, just because I can freaking actually talk with somewhat of an articulation about a beautiful movie between a man and a woman falling in love, yeah, I'm gay. You know what? You know what else? Douchebag. Here it is. You know what? Here it is. I'm a fucking Swiftie. Fuck you. I am a Taylor. 1989 was hands down one of the best albums ever put out by Taylor Swift. And if you don't find that, put that shit on and just listen to it. And yes, you might be like, oh, this is horrible. And then after about 3 or 4 listens, you're gonna be like, okay, well, not too bad. And by fucking 10, you'll be singing along with the words with Taylor Swift. I'm a fucking Swiftie. All right. So I don't like her new stuff, but 1989 is a fantastic album. And Katy Perry sucks. That's it. Okay.
I don't listen to either of them. Can I also say an off the wall movie that I actually love to watch that has no really, if there's no it's Anchorman. I can watch Anchorman. I can watch that 100 times. I don't get tired of it. If it's on, I just leave it on. I just love that movie. I've seen it probably more than Sing 2 at this point, but I just love that. It's a good movie.
More
it's
than
not
Sing
depressing. 2. There's no hidden meanings in it. There's no value in the movie. It's just funny.
Paul Rudd is so great. God.
I know. I love him.
Dude, Paul. See, I like Anchorman. It took me a while to get to I like Dodgeball. I think that was great. Tropic
great.
Thunder, of course, Airplane, stuff like that. But somebody said something that got to me with Gattaca. And I was thinking of another Ethan Hawke. Someone said Taking of Pelham 123. That was good. Shite. 310 to Yuma. Oh, that's a good movie.
What do we call it?
What?
No.
Leroy, have you seen 310 to Yuma with Russell Crowe?
Have not.
Oh my God. You do yourself a favor and go watch 310. Have you guys also seen The Hateful Eight?
Yes.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, dude. Clinton Tarantino. I don't. Yes. Clinton Tarantino is the greatest director of all time. I don't.
Yeah, he's great.
There is no other. Yeah, they're like Scorsese. No, fuck Scorsese. Clinton Tarantino, hands down.
Now, Minnie had a sign over that bar that said, "No dogs."
No. You can't repeat that on the show, sorry. Dude. Cheryl Cook said the Hunger Games series. Yeah, if I wanted to go ahead and watch a movie about murdering little kids, I would just go to pretty much any feminist Democrat party. So I'm not a big fan of Blazing Saddles was good. All right. We got to Scorsese is God. I just don't find him to be even close to
The Martian.
Martian's great.
Yeah. That's a good
Ridley
movie.
Scott, but Ridley Scott is a completely different, fantastic director. Amazing. Rutger Hauer series was, or not Rutger Hauer, but Blade Runner series, fantastic. Ridley Scott's great.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that there's not actors that, like Steven Spielberg, if you want to say, is probably one of the greatest producers of all time because he's produced everything. But Quentin Tarantino, for originality, there's nobody like him. His dialogue, the way he uses music, his screenplay, his character building. Dude, how can a hack and slash film like Kill Bill literally be one of the greatest literal works of all times? And it's a hack and slash. Dude, no. Yeah. Scorsese's the best.
I love that. I love that series. That's one of my favorite. Yeah, it's really good.
Not Scorsese, but
love Kill Bill.
Why did I forget his name? I'm tired. Come on. The guy we're just talking about. The director of Hateful Eight and
Scorsese.
No.
The
other guy. Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino's amazing. He's just amazing, dude. I mean, Kill Bill, dude. Are you kidding me? How could you not watch that? Bill. How could you not watch that movie over and over? It's the one that says Pussy Wagon. How can you not? It's the one that says bad motherfucker on it. The guy is ridiculous. And the way he brings them all together.
We're going to be like 3 little Fonzies.
Cool. What's Fonzie? Cool.
I love that movie.
Vincent, chill the fuck out. Put the gun on me.
Tell that bitch to be cool.
Tell that bitch to be cool. Gaisan, Gaisan means boy. Whatever. It's just when you see let me just explain something. If you take all the Quentin Tarantino movies, they're all related.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll never say it. But all the characters, like if he was to go ahead and do the 6 degrees of separation with all of his movies, all the characters have, like, Jules is related to the freaking slave owner in Django Unchained. The slave owner is related to the guy in Hateful Eight. They all have some sort of relation to each other.
I mean, Sam Jackson is in 6 of those 8 movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that says something.
Yeah. Usual Suspects is a great movie. Fantastic.
It's a good movie.
Italian Job, meh. I mean, it's fun to watch, but it's just, dude, I don't like anything with Mark Wahlberg in it. I'm sorry. I think here's the thing. When people are like, all right, is Bruce Willis available? No. Shit. Okay. The Rock? No. Shit. All right. Tom
oddly
Cruise?
enough,
let's go get Mark Wahlberg. He'll do it. He'll
oddly
do
enough,
anything.
there is one Mark Wahlberg movie that I'm like, you know what? Shooter. I know it's completely unrealistic. I still
fun.
enjoy it.
So it's a great movie to watch. Of course it is. Of course it is. But it's like, dude, Shooter. They're like, well, let's get him. Transformers. Let's get Wahlberg. It's just
it's like he's the guy that you bring him into almost to kill a series.
He's essentially a hooker. He never says no. He never says no. He's just a hooker.
Right.
Never says no. Give him the right money and he'll do it. And God, the guy's made a great living. He's a rock star. Good for him, man. But I'm not saying, and he trains ridiculously well. I'm just saying he's the one type of actor.
I will say this, having known a little bit of the trivia with his backstory when he was a teenager, then coming up, I give the guy 1,000 times more respect now, because he was headed down a very, very bad path.
Yes.
And for him to turn his life around the way he has, good on him.
Yeah.
And,
I like him as a person. I didn't watch it religiously, but when his show was on, he had that TV show, I forget what it was called.
Wahlburgers?
Yeah, that's it. It was like I was like, okay, when it was on and I would catch it like back on VH1 or whatever it was, and you didn't have TiVo. I used to really, I liked him a lot on that. I just thought he was like a lovable.
He's not unlikable. I think he's got a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, he was but in The Departed, he's just Mark Wahlberg in every movie. I mean, in The Departed, he was fantastic. He's fantastic in everything he's ever done. It's just always the same acting. It's like, hey, say hello to your mother for me.
Yeah.
How's the chicken?
What do you guys think of the Oceans series then? Do you like those?
I love the Oceans. I think they're fantastic. I even think the horribly fucking lazy writing of Julia Roberts being Julia Roberts was still good. I think the Oceans are fantastic. Yeah. I think Brad Pitt eating in every single scene is a staple. He does that now in everything.
A little bit of genius in that,
He does it in Fight Club too. See, folks, this is what
Don Cheadle. Like, Don Cheadle in that series is amazing, and I think I read somewhere, and I actually listened to him his interview on this, where he talks about the accent that he brings with that is from the Cockney region in London.
Rubble.
Yes,
trouble.
It's from this area in London called the Cockney region. It's from where Idris Elba is from, and so I guess he both got simultaneously. So same time, he got like the worst kind of hate mail over that accent, and then the other half of the people loved it and said, "Oh, you nailed it!"
Yeah, I just love that. Barney,
so good.
Rubble, trouble. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
So I like, this is my like, if you want to do pop culture, comic books, video games, movies, I don't care. I am literally an encyclopedia. I can tell you the writers, the producers, screenplay, cinematographers. I love this shit. But this is like my third best subject is that stuff. And as far as like having a podcast, what's my first?
Yeah,
hockey.
First. Hockey.
Oh, I'll fucking, dude. I could run a hockey. If there weren't a million of them, I could do a hockey podcast, and it doesn't matter. Like, I can talk hockey all day long. But movies, pop culture is like my third, and then politics, world history is probably my second. I'm pretty good at this stuff, but hockey is my thing.
Your 2 and 3 are my 1 and 2. So,
dude, nerd culture is like, dude, that's big for me. Like, that might be my number one, because like, there's not a movie I haven't seen. Like, it comes down to, dude, you walk down the bottom of my stairs, there's 15. That's not a movie. It's a little small time thing. I'm talking top 10,000 movies of all time. That movie is not, right?
It is actually.
Well, maybe to you. But
watch
what I'm
it.
saying
You
is, as
watch
far
it
as
and you
revenue,
realize it
as
is.
far as
Right.
advertising and marketing and being out there in the ether, I don't think it was that pumped up. I never heard of it. I'm not saying it's not a good movie.
You'll understand when you see it.
Don't get upset.
I'm not upset.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You've seen Rounders, right?
Yes, so good.
The movie was not marketed to shit. Nobody knew anything about it. It was a cult classic.
Yeah.
Highlander wasn't marketed to shit. It's a cult classic. I'm talking, Highlander.
What's another one? Train Spotting, same thing.
Oh,
It's just movies like that. Some of them don't get, like The Edge of Tomorrow or Kill, Die, Repeat, whatever it is. That movie did not get the notoriety it deserved. And it's one of the best movies ever as far as an action genre type movie. It was fantastic. So I'm not saying that it's not. It's probably one of the best top 10,000 movies of all time. It just wasn't out there, dude. I didn't see it. I will see it, and it probably will be one of my favorite movies of all time. I'll let you know. Because if you love it, I'll more than likely love it too. Anyway.
Aw.
Whatever.
That was sweet.
That was sweet.
Okay, quickly.
God, now I have diabetes. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, Jaws.
Wait a second.
Oh, so
Highlander,
good.
the series, was way better than the movies? No.
Are
The
you
movies
high?
sucked. The movies
Really?
sucked. Highlander, there can be only one, bro. That movie was beyond its time. That movie was it took animation into a movie and made it somewhat realistic. All the graphics in that movie were all animation. So the last scene with the quickening was all animation. It was all drawn, and they made it somewhat look realistic. Christopher Lambert sold that role. It was the only role besides Night Moves that he was halfway decent in. Night Moves and where he met Diane Lane.
You okay?
Who can't
Clancy
believe
Brown was amazing.
I can't believe he smashed Diane Lane every night. Dude, how the hell do you ever let that woman out of your life? Dude, Diane Lane, holy shit. She was good looking. She was Cherry in Outsiders. So beautiful. Did you ever see Night Moves though? There's a question. Night Moves.
An old one, yeah.
That was good though, dude.
Yeah, it
Good
was.
movie. What's up, kid?
What's your favorite movie?
Who?
Sing 2.
Sing 2.
Sing 2.
Sing
What about
2?
Sing 1? Wasn't Sing 1 good?
You tired? Okay, go to bed.
You're not talking to me this time. Go get some sleep. Go get some rest. Go get some shut eye. Get out of here. Go hit the rack. Good night.
Okay.
Say good night though. You got to say good night though. You got to say good night. Say good night.
Good night.
Say goodnight, everybody.
Sweetie.
Good night.
Get
Say
some
good
rest
night,
time.
dummies.
Say goodnight, dummies.
Somebody said the soundtrack to Highlander was good. Yeah, but it's because Queen did it. Honestly,
Yeah,
probably
Queen was
Queen
awesome.
pound for pound, one of Queen's best albums was the Highlander soundtrack. It was fantastic.
Who wants to live forever?
It's a kind of magic.
Can we braid your hair real quick? Thank you.
Dude, it's a kind of dude, I'm waiting for you to name another one. Hammer Will Fall. Hammer Will Fall was actually on a B-side album. And they put it on that. It was fantastic. That's when the guy with the Mac 11s goes in the Marine. He's like, "Come on, Marine, we're gonna go." And then Vasily is fighting frickin' Krugen, and then he turns around, and then Krugen's taking the quickening, and then that Marine comes in there and lights him up with his Mac 11s, and then he gets shanked with a sword, takes it in his gut, and then they play Hammer to Fall when he's driving the Trans Am. Yeah, that's the song. So I know the movie. I know the movie. What can I say? It's a Toledo Salamanca broadsword.
Worth about $1 million.
Worth about $1 million on the market. It's
What's
expensive.
this?
Worth about a bit.
Lays it out on the table. He's like, "What is this?"
Why, you cruising for a piece of ass, Garfield?
Well, what I'm saying is, he lays the sword out, and he's like, "Well, what is this?"
It's a Toledo Salamanca broadsword worth about $1 million.
The sword.
So good.
Yeah, it's
so good.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just, movies are amazing. It's amazing.
In 1990, a movie called The Grand Canyon with Daniel Glover and Steve Martin came out. It was a really, really, really great movie. Steve Martin played a movie producer. And at the end of the movie, he lets out this line that I still think is iconic to this day. And he's looking at his buddy. And Steve Martin in the movie plays a movie producer.
Yep.
Excuse me. And so he puts out this line. He's looking at his buddy he's like evaluating his life. And he's like, "You haven't seen enough movies. all of life's riddles are answered in the movies. And I always took that and I thought to myself, he's right. I mean, if you can get a little lesson, a little something out of each movie, yeah, it does wonders.
I learned so much from movies, dude. Like complete. Like I was funny when I told you about that Arnold Schwarzenegger. That should have taught you right there. Like the fact that you know that movie. That's my nod to you that you and I would have killed that podcast. Mine should have been to you when I said Kirk Douglas and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the old Western movie that I can't remember the name right now, where he's wearing pastel blue cowboy, and you're like, really?
Oh,
yeah. And I showed you that movie, and you're like, holy shit!
Yeah,
obscure movie.
Shit.
Okay,
I do know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember. So one of the best. I pulled it up once and I showed everybody, and no one believed me that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in that. Last movie, if you haven't seen it, there's two of them. Go do yourself a favor. Operation Petticoat and Father Goose with Cary Grant. Two of the best old school comedies ever done. I mean, they are flawless. They are perfect. If you're looking for two good ones, those are the ones. Folks, we're not going to get to anything else tonight. It comes down to this. It was a Friday night. We sometimes go off topic on Friday, and this was one of them. We went to movies. Amy, I'll give you last word.
I wish I knew more about movies. Sorry. I gotta make time for TV. I don't know. It was a weird week for me. I don't know if it's like a full moon or something. It was just an odd week.
Well, you did have UFOs.
But that was like 2 weeks ago. Our
Shoebox.
Christmas decorations were still up. They're obviously gone now. So, that's it. I don't know. It's good to be here tonight. I always miss you guys when I'm not here. So I wish I could be on more. I need to start doing the other shows again. I need to do my own shows again. There's a lot I need to do. I need to prioritize my time better.
I think you and Leroy both have an ungodly schedule, and I don't. Well, I do. It's home. So you give what you can, and I think that's important. Real quick, I want to talk about the Davos Forum and how Bill Gates, Soros, and Schwab were not there. And I think it's important. They were also not at WDF. So there's some things in that I want to talk about. We'll do that next week. So that's important. I wanted to play the video tonight to kind of show you guys, but everyone just go watch it. It's on. It's going to be below. We're going to be off a little early tonight. So it's Friday night. Go have a few pops. But you should go watch the show, because I think ending with the week with a positive message is a good thing. It helps us kind of take a shower, get all the muck off, and leave with a really good story. And it's kind of funny. There's some good stories in there, going after Gary Bettman from the NHL, going after who else did I go after? Oh, I went after Geraldo Rivera, and then I went after somebody else. Who the hell did I go after? I don't remember. I'm tired, obviously. Anyway, go watch it, go like it, go share it, go subscribe. Leroy, last word.
Last word. Excuse me. Folks, I'll say this. In terms of like the Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, Daily Wire, all that crap, something just to keep in mind is that, parents can have fights.
Right.
It's one of these deals where Steven Crowder did what he thought was right. He thought he was protecting somebody else. And maybe it wasn't the smartest move purely from a business standpoint. But for that reason, doesn't mean you should stop watching him. Doesn't mean that you should stop watching Ben Shapiro or anything like that. These people are sources of excellent philosophical, insights. So take that for what it's worth. Obviously, Matt and I, we love movies. So there's a lot of life's unanswered questions that can, kind of be filtered
Talking
through
about
that.
throwing me a squirrel.
Oh man, I love
Put
movies.
a squirrel in front of my path. You can't do that shit. You can't do that to me.
I'm sorry. And then the big thing is, just in terms of the news, whatever you see in the news about Joe Biden or Hunter or Kamala, just remember that we're in a good place. It's very easy to get frustrated, super frustrated with the way things are going now, and the way the media tends to portray things. It's like we're always on this knife edge where it seems like it's
Right.
live or
Chicken
die.
Little.
Like literally the sky. To Matt's point, the sky is falling, or one of the states is going to fall off into the ocean, and it's not like that. We have to remember that we have the Constitution and the Bill of Rights that protect us. Those documents are there to literally hold back government so that they don't infringe upon our lives. And so just take a breath. Nothing's that bad. Nothing is dire, right? The big thing is just to make sure that you continue to soak in as much of that positive messaging as you can, and to make sure that we're not, voting away any additional rights that you should have. Past that, it's always a pleasure to be on the show. Matt has been fantastic. It's always good to see Amy, and these people are my catharsis. I'm serious. This is one of those deals where I don't look at this as something where I oh man, I gotta come on. I'm gonna be late. It's not like that. I love these people. This is one of these that
makes them late all the time.
Dude, are you hitting on me, man?
Good Lord. This is one of those places where I'm able to kind of interface with people of like-mindedness, and I love that about them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the check's in the mail. I also Al Gore was the other guy I went after, and that one.
Oh, yes.
God, I almost want to. You guys got to go to bed. We all need an early night. You guys go watch it on your own, and appreciate it. Dummies. Let's do Monday. There'll be a new recorded show. I'm going to come on this weekend. I guarantee it. I'm going to I'm going down to the mall. What's the big mall?
Tyson's?
Yeah. I'm going to Tyson's Corner. I'm going to let the kids pick out 2 things. Even though it's Christmas, they've done great with their grades. They've been making their beds. Ever since we kind of revamped the way our parenting is, and me just being a little more understanding and patient with them, they have responded incredibly well. Ethan's grades have gone up. So, we just don't realize what damage we do until we hear about it. So it's really, we want to go out and celebrate. So we're going to walk the mall, all go together. They're going to go to every store, and they get to pick out one thing that they want.
It's a big mall.
Of course, yeah, I know. It's going to be big.
Big mall. Oof.
Yeah.
Take a map. Good for you guys, though. Enjoy that.
Yeah, we're going to go do that. And then I'll probably come on Saturday night. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor. Go over to Twitter if you haven't. And let's keep boosting Twitter. By the way, I'm back on. They gave me all my followers back.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
Was it you put in the appeal, and that's what
happened is they permanently suspended me. I was done. I couldn't. All I could do was read only. And then I submitted the appeal, and I said, all my posts are up. I've never received a strike. You guys blocked me a month ago, and it was one of your rogue employees, and Elon Musk even admitted that. What happened this time? Why'd you block me? And they said you duplicated accounts. What do you mean I duplicated accounts? And they said what you did is you sent out massive follow invites and then unfollowed once people accepted you. I said, really? Because it's funny. I took a screenshot of my followers 2 months ago, and it was at 102 of how many people I followed. And I'm at 104 now. How the fuck is that possible?
Yeah.
And they said I duped my account. And then when I pushed back and I said, listen, my ads that I am running are still on, and I'm gaining followers. So there's a problem here. And I said, here's my appeal. And I laid it out. Said, I apologize if I've done something, but you're going to have to show me what I did, because I'm sick of this shit. I am sick of you guys banning me when it's not my mouth. If there's anything you could have banned me for, it's what I say. And you banned me for something I didn't fucking do. So what is it? And they said, we apologize. Then they restored me with 0 followers. Fresh account. And I said, this is fucking bullshit. You accepted me back, and then you took my followers. I said, I want my followers reinstated. I want 2 days back on my ads that I ran. for the $20 that I ran for those 2 days. I want it back. And if not, I'm taking it to my lawyer. And you may think it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. And I've got this guy on retainer anyway, and I've already given him half my fucking salary. So it's not, I'm done. And about 3 hours later, I had all my followers back, $20 credit on my ad account with not one word of an apology or anything else. One thing.
Well,
you know, principle is one of those. It's one of those deep-seated, you know, foundational. Look, this is what it is. This is the line in the sand. Deal with it, or we escalate from here. And a lot of times, man, they will cave.
Well,
Good.
it just
Good
comes
for you.
down to
Good
this.
for you. I'm
Facebook,
serious. That's awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I did a 10-minute video. Facebook wrote me and they said, listen, you've sent in 47 complaints. I said, yeah. And none of it's fixed. And the lady says, I want you to do a video. I want you to record it and show everything that's broken. And I did. I show my stars. I don't have stars. I know people who have 5 followers who have stars activated. Why don't I have stars? Why can't my viewers give back when they want to? No answer. Why is my Ron DeSantis video see 76,000 commercials and I've made $3 on it because you just turned on advertising 6 days after it posted and you guys made a shit ton of money off of it. What about all that money you made off of it when I wasn't getting any? Where's that money go?
Right.
So I just showed them all the problems and hopefully they
Oddly enough, all of the profits that they get off of you goes to the DNC.
Well, that's the shit, dude. That just frustrates me, man. Is like, there's no reason. 76,000 ads at $13.94. That's $1,200, man. It's $13.94 per thousand. So, you know, $13.94. That's a lot of money. That's a good CPM. Average CPM in this industry is $10. So to make $13.94 per thousand ads, and I put up 76,000 ads, that's good money.
That is good money.
If I did that every video, I'd be making $30,000 a month. Think about that.
Yeah.
Because I do them 7 days a week. If I was making $1,000 a video, I'll be doing them 7 days a fucking week. You damn right I will be.
Well, heck yeah, that's a lot. That's a good week. $7,000 a week would be a good.
Hell yeah.
Living. That's.
Well, then, if I had $7,000 a week, then you guys would be making. I mean, if I was making $30,000 a week, I'd be giving you guys $5,000-$6,000 a month for that for sure. You guys would need to come more than 2 days a week, but but I would give you $10,000. I mean, it's just we got to get there.
Look, I want you to send over a preliminary contract, and then we'll
fuck you.
And then we're going to record our phone conversations. But really quick, while I'm thinking of it, because this has been on my radar all week, and I don't know why I didn't think to bring it up, but we have to talk about this next week. And excuse my language here, but I am really angry about this. The fucked up healthcare system we have in our country right now, because we have no fucking doctors, we have no fucking nurses, and we have no fucking medicine for our children. So I've been dealing with a shitstorm this week, trying to get my shit together in my own house. Sorry. I know.
Fucking God, fucking Chevy.
Anyway, I can't even get my kids into a doctor. Yeah. Anyway, we should talk about that next week.
Dude, I hit every cuss word on you, Leroy. I don't know how I did it, but go back and play it. I swear to God, I hit every fucking one. Hold on. Go ahead. Just keep talking. Hold on. See if I can find it. No. The dumb. I'm going to the dumb show right now. It's got a 15-second delay. Oh, come on. Come on, baby. I want everyone to hear it. Oh, play.
James Clemens says, well, our healthcare system is better than Canada's.
No, I can't write it. Go back and watch it. I swear to God, every time he's like, F it, F it, I'm like, beep, 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 beep. It hit everyone. I think it hit everyone. Sandy says, Matt, call me.
My car, right?
Sandy, why am I calling you? I don't know. I don't know your number, Sandy. And I don't really usually do that. The healthcare system is broken. I haven't been able to find my kids' children's Tylenol. No, nobody has. I got to get your hoodie. Amy, will you just remind me tomorrow? I know you're not my secretary, but would you just make sure and say, Matt, order that damn thing?
The hoodie.
The hoodie.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you a
And
text.
also, so if you know someone who lives in Florida, my parents like, we have everything for kids here because there's no kids that live in their area. I'm like, well, can you send me some Tylenol? Can you mail me some? So find someone in Florida and go get because that's like literally the only place that has anything for children at this point. Places where there are no kids. Maybe Vegas might be a good option too. I don't know, like where they're like not very heavily populated children's areas, retirement areas.
I didn't realize
Arizona.
I didn't realize it was that short throughout the country.
I literally had to beg the hospital to give me stuff to take with me yesterday when I took my son home. I was like, I literally am on Amazon right now. I'm on like there is zero medication for our children. Zero.
Jesus.
It's impossible.
Zero.
You can't. I mean, and guys and girls, just hunker down because it's going to get worse. March and April, this we've just bubbled for too long, and it's going to pop. I mean, just the stock market. You know, the stock market's not worth 34. There's no effing way. It is being propped up with money that was injected into the economy. And once that money is all invested, it is literally going to crash.
Yep.
One of the areas that I study, and I mean professionally, so, 5 days a week, is kind of a geopolitical stance on where things are at right now. We can expect that the supply chain issues will get worse in some areas. Some areas might get better. But basically what's happening is certain items that are being sent to us from overseas currently are hitting longer and longer lead times.
Yeah.
And we can expect that trend to continue.
We have got to stop. Dawn says, I work at Target. We've been out of stock for a while. What is going on? It's exactly what Leroy just said. And we are beholden to overseas pharmaceutical companies, even for our Advil, Tylenol, and everything else. And that's our problem. If we want to invest some money into infrastructure, which we haven't done anyway, we should do it into pharmaceuticals and producing our own medication.
Absolutely.
Or just fucking negotiate with Canada, for God's sake. That's all you got to do. Just go to Canada and say, listen, we'll knock frickin' $100 billion off your frickin' bill. Or a trade deficit or whatever it is, but we've got to figure it out. We've got to find a way to produce our own medicine in the United States because it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Totally it's going to hurt bad.
Totally agree.
Sandy,
and I'm okay. I found medication for my kids about 6 weeks ago. I stocked up on Tylenol. Not stocked up. I got 2 boxes of Tylenol and Advil. I took 1 extra box for myself of each, but because I didn't want to hoard.
Dude, hold on a second. Sandy, why do you keep asking me for my phone number? You're moving into stalker range. Can you stop, please? You're making me feel a little weird.
Oh.
I'm not giving you my personal phone number.
Sandy.
No. I don't know. I mean, we seem to be great all show. And now it's like, Matt, what's your number? What's your number? I asked like 17 times in the last, no, I'm not giving my number. Weird. No, I'm married. Why the fuck would I give you my number?
The old Hollywood trick, man. It's 555.
Yeah.
Jesus. God,
13,
can you imagine if
675,
I was a woman, how I would feel? What do you mean you're not stalking me? You're asking me for my phone number every freaking 30 seconds. I'm not giving you my phone number. It's a little weird. Why do you want my phone number? Why would I give you my phone number? No. Boundaries. You can call me at 804-504-1955 and be on the show, but I don't talk to, listen, I'm not trying to be rude to you. I'm sorry. Let me start over. Okay. First of all, I'm married. And it's not appropriate for me to talk to a woman that I don't know on the phone, and I won't. Number 2 is that if we want to reach out and have a conversation, you can always PM me, and I'll respond to you by PM through Facebook. But I have my private life. You have your okay, you're calling me. Okay, I'm done. We're done. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to get off the phone.
Right.
Good night, everybody.
Dummies, take care. Matt and Amy, I love you both.
Love you guys.
And everyone have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Okay.
See you guys Monday.
Good night, everybody. I'll do Veteran Crisis Hotline, and you guys can go. Get out.
I can do it.
Smoke.
All right.
All right, you want to do it? Amy, you go.
Sure.
Leroy, you do Veteran Crisis. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hold on. Amy, you go because you got to get out of here. Oh, crap. We're going to blow.
All right. I love you guys. I'll see you Monday. Good night, everybody.
Right, Amy. You have a great weekend, okay?
You too. I'll see you guys Monday. Bye.
All right.
See ya.
All right, folks. So here we go. Let's do the let's go out
hold on a second. Hold on. We've got some drama coming on here. Sandy wants to talk shit. So you know what, Sandy? Why don't you call? I'll take that phone call now. I'll
Shit
take that
talker,
phone
huh?
call. Yeah,
Sandy, that would be 804-504-1955.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. I'm down. Hold on a second, Leroy. You don't have anything to do. Stop pretending you do.
No, I don't.
All right,
actually.
you can go ahead and call now, Sandy. I'm ready for you.
Go ahead, Sandy.
Fuck. She said stop using the F word. Fuckity fuck. Okay? How you doing now?
Fucking A. Fuck yeah.
Go ahead and call, Sandy. I'm waiting for you to call. I'm waiting.
Again, Sandy, that's 804-504.
Mel, why are you calling me? Mel, it's Sandy. It's the stalker. Come on, Sandy. Give me a call. Is that Mel? Oh, I'm so confused. What the hell's going on? Let's find out. All right, who's on the phone? Mel, why are you calling me? We're trying to get Sandy on the phone. Are you Sandy? I didn't have my phone turned off. Wait a second. Stop. I didn't have my phone turned off. Phone's been on the whole show.
Just so that you're aware, Matt, we can't hear you. Her, rather.
All right, Mel, what do you want to talk about? Because I was hoping that Sandy was going to call because she's asking for my personal phone number and shit. And then she says I'm a joke because I use the F word. So I really wanted to find out what she had to say, but that's okay. Go ahead, Mel. Fine. I'll talk to you. Whatever. Joking. I'm joking.
Mel, you there?
Hold on. Hold on, Mel. I got to switch the audio. Hold on.
You're good.
Hold on. Oh, where's the settings? Man, this is,
folks, while we have a second, please don't forget to visit the Don't Unfriend Me website. He's got hats and he's got coffee and mugs and he's got everything for sale there. So let's make sure that we show Matt some love. Swing by the Don't Unfriend Me store.
All right, we're on. Good job. Good sell. Good sell. All right, Mel, go ahead.
No, I just want to talk about the med situation. And I see some comments about whatever. But
you're breaking up, Mel.
Our
Mel,
PM,
go to the porch. Go to the porch. You're breaking up, kid.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine.
Our PM has already said that he's not going to open up manufacturing of med production here in Canada, and he's relying on the rest of the world to do it. So, and we're in the same boat as you guys in the States, because I went to my local grocery store because my kids are all doing the same thing as Amy is, trying to get Advil, Tylenol, whatever, anything for kids meds, and we're allowed one bottle of something per person.
They're rationing you?
So, yeah, oh yeah, we're rationed. We've been rationed now for what, 4 months plus now.
Oh my God, they're gonna breadline. They're gonna breadline you guys.
So wait a second, Mel. If I can ask, are they rationing any other types of medications other than children's Tylenol?
No, Leroy, they're not. It's just kids meds. That's
okay.
Right now, that's what they're rationing, because it's been happening now for over 6-8 months now in the States here, with all the cold, flu, whatever, and there's no production. And our PM actually a few months ago said he's not going to open up any kind of med line to manufacture any kind of meds for any of us up north for anything. Like he's just a POS. Like,
can we call him PMS instead of PM? Just call him PMS.
Oh, well, we call him POS, but yeah.
All right, so real quick, I just had to ban. Okay, folks, here. All right, I just had to ban Sandy, who's she's up north and she's in Canada. So I don't know, but she's like, call me. Give me your number. Call me, dude.
Well, yeah. I don't know who Sandy is, and I think that's the first time.
Well, she's in Canada, Mel. You don't know her?
How do you not know her? She's in Canada. Aren't there like 12 people in Canada?
They all play hockey.
Actually, Leroy, that's really quite humorous, because, well, do you know my brother Frank in Toronto? I'm like, well, no, I live in Victoria. I'm like,
I live in a place roughly the size of Asia.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you? Hey, real quick. Did you happen to watch the show tonight, the Breaking Truth?
I did.
Did you see the part with the Philadelphia Flyers player?
Yes, and I commend him 1,000%.
Me too. So let me give you guys the. Go ahead.
Yeah, that POS Canadian sports whatever that trashed him. I'm like, oh, I still need to do some trash talk on sites, but I can't because of the job I'm in. But yeah, it's crazy. I lost my shit. I'm like, no.
It's crazy. So basically, they're pushing the LGBTQ rainbow jerseys on players, and he's like, my religion says no, and I'm not going to wear it. And so the Philadelphia Johnny Torts, who is like John Tortorella, has like coached 9 different teams, and he is just he's basically me as a hockey coach. He just fucking curtailed the media. He has no problem telling people to fuck off, and he has.
Yep.
And he's just like, he was so eloquent. He's just like, listen, the organization, we had a great time celebrating this, and this is fine. And one of our players didn't want to, and he has that right, and that's what this is all about. And it's just, of course, Gary Bettman's been shoving this down players' throats, and it's like, what happened to the individual rights of people? It's just insane.
Right.
So
Gary Bettman needs to go along.
Gary Bettman's a pile of shit. I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
Hate that piece of shit.
Well, tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, dude, he's horrible, dude. Listen, the NHL, real quick, and then we'll go. The NHL at one point in the 90s was going to overtake basketball as the third most popular sport in America. It was going to be football, it was going to be baseball, basketball, and hockey was going to jump basketball. And the way it was predicted is that hockey was actually going to pass baseball as one of the highest consistent attendances, and pick up contracts to be on primetime ABC. Gary Bettman let the fucking league lock out and set hockey back 25 years. But hockey was taking off. This is the prime time of Gretzky and Eric Lindros and Mario Lemieux. I mean, we're talking hockey was just fucking, all the young talent was coming in. You had all the greats, Pavel Bure. You had, Van Beesbrook as goaltender. You had all these great talents, Ronnie Hextall. All these guys were retiring, and you had this a massive amount of just skill coming into the league. And they and he let it shut down. And hockey, it took 15 years to recover. Finally, hockey did so well last year in the ratings that it's and if he screws it up again and keeps doing shit like this, it's gonna kill the sport. So that's all.
And it seems to be that's what he's been trying to do for the last 20 years. Like, I don't understand how hockey has allowed this idiot to be in charge of all whatever. Hockey should have surpassed baseball and basketball. It should be
surely basketball
behind football, both on both sides, whatever. Like it shouldn't be the number 2 or 3, whatever. It should be there. Like, hockey's been forever. Like, Bettman needs to be gone.
Well, I agree with you. And you know what, Mel? We need to be gone because I need to go and celebrate and just be with my kids and my wife who I've neglected. Shush! Don't ever be sorry. We love it when you call. I wish you would have called earlier, but I don't know what happened to the phone lines. I'm sorry. Karen Klein says the medication shortages need a longer conversation, but it's been an issue for several years in hospitals. Yeah, but it hasn't been an issue inside pharmacies and for Americans. And I understand hospitals. I understand what's been going on. I hear everything you're telling me, especially with COVID going on. But now that we're feeling it, of course, now it's a concern where it wasn't a concern before. Mel, love you. Appreciate you. Leroy, do Veteran Crisis Hotline, and then we're going. See you, kiddo. Bye.
All right, folks.
Bye.
Bye, Mel. Folks, let's go out like we always do with the Veteran Crisis Hotline. It's 1-800-273-8255. Press the number 1. Folks, 22 veterans a day commit suicide. It's way too many. Do me a favor and reach out to a veteran. Start that dialogue with them. PTS, traumatic brain injury, anxiety, depression are all very, very real, and veterans need your help. One phone call can make the difference. So please, let's make sure that we're reaching out to our veterans and let them know that the world is a better place with them in it. The call is 100% free, 100% anonymous, and you'll never be reported to your duty station. If you're a civilian, you can make that call, and they will still get you to the right hands. So we'll get you to the people that can help you. If you need help making that call, please reach out to myself, Matt, or Amy, and we will help make that call with you. Folks, that's all we have for tonight. The Don't Unfriend Me show is presented by our favorite head dummy in charge, Matthew Spear. So let's make sure that we show him some love. Swing by the Don't Unfriend Me store, and he's got some awesome swag there. He's got cups, and he's got mugs and hats and coffee. The coffee is a big thing. Yeah, he's got, you know what? I would like to see a Star-Spangled. Yeah.
Don't say it.
Something with batteries.
Folks, the new shirt's out. The new Foxtrot Juliet Bravo. I think one of our best shirts, the FJB shirt, is out. It's pretty stylish. You can wear it to a park, wear it to a sailing event, wear it to a shuffleboard tournament, or while baking chocolate chip cookies. It's all up to you. Hey, buddy, I appreciate you. Thanks for being on the show with me tonight. We'll see you guys this weekend, and rock on. Have a good night.
Dummies, take care of each other, and we'll see you next week.
See you, Leroy. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Peace. Good night, dumb nation.